Welcome back to the Fixtures podcast, where Mark and Noble is king.
We're back.
Gameweek 21.
Happy holidays and all that. New Year's.
2020 now.
We missed a lot.
We missed a lot
haven't been
because
back
we
since
had a lot
last
of
decade.
illnesses and in holidays, and but we're back now.
Mark
and,
had Scarlett Johansson fever.
Yeah, I got strep throat too. It was not fun.
So we're back now, though, and we got a lot of games to cover. So we're gonna kind of blow through these and hit the highlights. But I think we're behind 3 games, so I think we are on game week 19. So
Arteta's first week.
Let's keep this.
Well, we're not going to go through every game. We're going to do the highlights of each team. So Spurs pulling off a 2-1 against Brighton, a 2-2 against Norwich, and a 1-0 loss to Southampton.
Okay, but Southampton's actually looking good under Hasenhüttl. So, but also Mourinho trying to take a peek at Hasenhüttl's tactics. That was priceless. I love it. Yellow card.
And let's not forget the press conference afterwards where he called the goalkeeping coach of Sheffield United an idiot. He said, I guess I deserve a yellow card, but that guy was an idiot, so it's fine.
Yeah, he said I deserved a yellow card, but that guy was an idiot. It was really funny.
Nice.
So that happened. Humble Mourinho's gone. We're back to good old
He's
imploding
back. I love
Mourinho.
him.
So Spurs have a patchy run of form right now. So they are currently sitting in 6th place. 2 wins in their last 5. Their last 2 are a draw and a defeat. They're sitting on 30 points, 1 point behind United, and 6 points behind Chelsea. Better than they were with Pochettino, but is it good enough?
No, they're not. They're not getting top 6 this season. If anyone's getting top 6, it's either Chelsea or United. Maybe Wolves, but I don't see anyone else doing it.
All right. Any more comments about Spurs?
Hate them. Love to see them lose. That's it. Sorry, Mike. I'm not here to defend them. It's not my fault.
All right. So we're kind of jumping all over the place. So let's talk Brighton. So a 2-1 loss to Spurs, a 2-0 win against Bournemouth, and a 1-1 draw to Chelsea. So I think let's start with the Chelsea game. Nikki, what happened there?
To Brighton or to Chelsea?
Both.
All right. This game was a while ago, so forgive me if my memory's.
It was literally like yesterday.
2 days ago. Yesterday. Yeah.
We're talking about this one.
Yeah, it was the one with the crazy bicycle kick goal.
Yeah. All right. So basically, this game was at 6 a.m, and so I watched the second half, but basically
This game was not at 6 a.m.
Yes, it was.
Yesterday?
It was the early game.
It was 6 a.m.
Really? There was an early game yesterday? Huh.
Yeah. So
Weird.
The first half was exceptionally boring. I heard. Besides Azpilicueta's goal, which was not that great. I heard it was just a regular old goal, and I was glad Caesar scored. Our attack is still not scoring.
Where's Tommy Abraham?
Our defense was pretty sloppy. All our veteran players like Willian and Jorginho were saying the same thing after the game. Which
was what a goal?
No, it was that we have this confidence going into the smaller sides of the Premier League when we're playing them at home, and like our home record is like one of the worst in the Premier League. Like we've won every away game we've had.
This was an away game,
or was it? Yeah, I don't even know. Okay, but we go into the smaller teams. They were saying that we go into the smaller teams with a bad mentality, like we're gonna beat them because we have such a young side that like that's what they're doing. But we need to not do that, is what they were saying. Which is important. Also, the goal scored by Brighton was insane. It's probably going to end up being the Puskas winner, if I bet.
Ali Reza Jahanbakhsh. Okay,
but was it the best goal of even the week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hamza Chowdhury's goal was quite good.
But you don't see a bicycle kick, especially since this is this lad's second Premier League goal.
Also, it's Brighton.
Yeah. And then you realize he didn't score for all of 2018. Scored 1 goal in 2019.
And it's versus Chelsea.
And he almost cried for the celebration. If they don't give that the Puskas, it better be something good. Probably another Zlatan goal or something.
AC Milan.
He's going to score in his opening game and then not score in any game after that.
You love to see it.
You love to see it.
All right. So Brighton, meanwhile, though, is currently sitting in 14th place with 24 points, 1 win in their last 5, 2 draws. Are they in danger of entering the relegation scrap?
No. Well, they're kind of... Oh, they're really not there yet. I don't think they are. They're 4 points.
4
off
points clear of the
Bournemouth.
relegation zone.
I think that they just have a tough run of fixtures. Like they've played big teams lately, like Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal. So yeah, I just called Arsenal a big team. But I think when they get some easier fixtures, it'll clear up.
Yeah,
I
coming
think it'll
up,
be
they have
alright.
Everton, Villa, Bournemouth, West Ham, Watford, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace, Wolves. So those are some pretty favorable
That's a really
fixtures.
good patch of fixtures. They should be picking up some major points from there. I could see them like.
I need a
top 10
soundboard
after
so we
that.
can have a soundbite every time I say fixtures.
Hey, I get it because it's the name of the podcast.
That's funny, Mark.
All right.
And Ryan.
Thank you.
So, anything else to add on Brighton?
No.
It's looking up for them.
Praise Graham Potter.
I like their jerseys. Where's Glenn Murray?
Shut up about the Sun. I mean Glenn Murray.
All right.
Okay.
Moving on, we got Bournemouth.
They're in 18th. Bye, Eddie Howe. You're gonna get relegated.
So,
bud.
over the last 3 games, Bournemouth won, Arsenal won,
Shh.
Brighton 2, Bournemouth 0, and West Ham 4, Bournemouth 0.
Imagine
That
losing
hurts.
4-0 to West Ham with 2 Mark Noble goals. Like that is just pathetic.
Which now, after this run of form, puts them in 18th place with 1 win in their last 5.
Not only that, but you lost to West Ham under David Moyes. Plus that 1 win was 5 games ago. By the way.
It was versus Chelsea, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's 3 points no matter who it's against. So it doesn't mean much if they're going to lose or draw 4 games in a row like that.
So what happened here? I mean, is Eddie Howe a bad manager? I mean, he's no longer being touted as the next greatest thing. He's no longer. I think the big jobs are probably
Drying up.
for him. I mean, is this the best he could do with this squad? I guess is the question.
Their injuries are just taking a toll on them. I think both Cooks have gotten injured. Simon Francis got injured. Nathan Ake got injured. David Brooks has been out for a long time, and he was like the major source of goals for them last season. Everything is nothing is as good as it seems. Both Cooks did play though.
I have a question about Bournemouth. Where is Ryan Fraser?
I think he's injured.
I know, but like,
He came on as a sub.
Never mind.
yeah, like where has he been this season?
He's just awful.
Yeah. And also, where's Josh King?
I remember Ryan Fraser was hyped up as the next big thing last season, and this year he's just nothing.
I mean, same with Callum Wilson, Josh King. Like they haven't been performing as well as they should be because I mean, look at it. They have Dominic Solanke playing left wing and Harry Wilson playing right wing. If you're playing Dominic Solanke, like you're in trouble. And Harry Wilson a winger?
Yes, he is,
Okay.
and he's quite good.
Got it.
He's honestly been the one standout of this
He's been their
Brighton
best
side
player.
so far. I would say he's been their best player so far this season.
Callum Wilson hasn't scored in a long time.
He was good at the beginning of the season.
I know,
He was putting up numbers. He
He
just
scored. I think he had a goal a goal. Like
We
in
had
the
never
first
said who was
3
here.
game weeks. Oh yeah.
Still a mystery.
you'll just have to wait till the end.
Yeah. We're gonna
Stay
tell you at the
tuned.
end.
Panel review at 5 million subs.
If reveal you mean not review.
If Italian voice reveal at 5 million subs.
Okay.
Base.
Anyway.
Epic.
Bournemouth, are they in trouble? Are they going to go down? What do you guys think, Mark?
I think they are definitely a danger to, but they've been in this situation before. I think they can stay up. It's just if they don't, it's due to injuries and stupid like yellow cards and stuff. Not really due. And Callum Wilson's goal drought. All of this stuff is going to lead to like an injury or a relegation if it happens. And if they get relegated, they're losing Nathan Ake.
I think it's very likely for them to get relegated, but at the same time, they need to on the table they need to get about 4 points above in general.
Nice.
Yeah, to not do that. So
Well, that's
To not do what?
to
not
not get
be
relegated
relegated.
right now.
They need 1 point.
Yeah, but to stay
To like,
strong.
yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like they want to stay ahead.
I think I want West Ham to go down.
No, you don't.
Nikki,
Yes,
what
I
do you
do.
what do you think?
Kidding.
Nikki? Is Bournemouth in danger?
I think they're in danger, but I think they'll be able to get out of it once their injuries stop being injured. So
And the middle voice there was Connor. There, we've introduced the panel. Look at
No. Okay.
that. So right now, Bournemouth top scorers Harry Wilson with 6 goals, Callum Wilson with 5 goals, followed by Josh King with 3. No assists for Harry Wilson, no assists for Callum Wilson, 2 for Josh King, and 3 for Ryan Fraser.
Okay, but Wilson and King are getting outdone by a 20-year-old, 19-year-old, whatever he is, and he's on loan. Like Bournemouth is in trouble, dude.
Yeah. So
I can't wait for Brentford to be in the Premier League next year.
Why are
No,
you?
Sheffield-
Brentford will
Sheffield
literally
Wednesday.
never
They're
get
coming.
promoted.
the Owls
They're
are
in
coming.
third by with a 6-point gap.
And third is not an automatic promotion spot. So
They're like one. They're like 1 point behind second.
Nah, man, the Owls
They're-
are coming.
No, the
coming for
Owls
it.
are in eighth.
We're coming.
Brentford is behind Leeds by 9 points. Or sorry, West Brom by 9 points.
And now we've dipped into the championship.
Brentford is coming up.
We have
The
too much
Bees.
content to cover to start going
The
into the
Bees are
championship.
coming.
Save it
They're
for
really not.
save it for a slow week.
The Bees are coming.
So now we got Arsenal.
Buzz.
Arsenal
I thought they were dying.
with Arsenal 1, Bournemouth 1. Arsenal 1, Chelsea 2,
Are we talking about Arsenal?
Crying. Yeah.
and Arsenal 2, Manchester United 0.
Okay, I didn't
Mark,
see the.
give us the Arteta roundup. First of all, let's start from the top here. Are you happy with the appointment?
I wasn't at. Okay, last summer he was the second choice man for the job. If we appointed him then, no, I would have liked Emery. But now I am extremely happy about having Arteta because, just those 3 years under Guardiola, like you can see through these first 3 games were just immense. He's been insane. Lego hair for the win. Yeah, we're gonna win the league next year. I'm kidding, by the way, but it's been a good appointment. So I didn't see the Bournemouth Arsenal game. I don't even know who scored. Yeah,
Probably David Luiz. I'm just gonna assume it was David Luiz. It probably wasn't. It was Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Oh yeah, and I did see this game. Never mind. Yeah, I remember the Dan Gosling goal. I was really mad.
Mark, I have a question for you.
Go for it.
What happened versus Chelsea?
Okay.
Because you guys dominated that whole game,
Okay. So, here's the thing.
and that's coming from a Chelsea fan.
The way that Arteta wants to press is really, really good, but it takes a lot of energy. And so at the end of the game, first of all, Leno's mistake, but I am not blaming Leno for that at all. Leno is like one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. We literally be in the relegation zone if we still had like Cech or Almunia. I say
blame
this every
Mustafi.
week. Well, yeah, Mustafi's a bonehead, first of all. Should literally never play in the Premier League again. It's a shame that Chambers got injured.
Again.
Yeah, again. 6 to 9 months this time. But, yeah, also just the press is, like, so tiring, and you got players like Guendouzi who aren't the smartest. And the Guendouzi-Torreira pivot has never worked, like, ever since Emery came in. And you've got Saka, Maitland-Niles at center back. At fullback, sorry. And you got Chambers, David Luiz, center back pairing. Something was bound to happen.
I have a question though.
Go for it.
But why did Arsenal get dominated like the whole game, pretty much?
First half was all Arsenal. Second half was Chelsea.
I mean, if you look at the stats, it was 58% possession.
Arsenal ran out of steam.
Yeah,
it was
they just got
58%
tired.
possession,
And
42%.
David Luiz talked about this in the post-match interview yesterday after the United game, where he said that like the main focus right now is fitness because they're all tired by the end of the first half. Like you could see
Secret
after the
Agent
game,
Luiz.
David Luiz is holding back a heart attack. So
Secret Agent Luiz.
he's been good since Arteta came in. I think he won man of the match last game.
He was never gonna beat Chelsea.
He did.
Yeah, so
He couldn't.
but it wasn't David Luiz's fault that Mustafi's an idiot and that
I
Leno made a
know.
mistake.
It was so bad.
Mustafi
it
is
was so bad.
literally the worst player in this league, and I'm saying that with 100%
Dude,
confidence.
it was so funny. Tammy Abraham literally did one of the worst turns I've ever seen. It was the most obvious turn ever, and Mustafi just fell on
It
the
does
floor.
not take much to make
Mustafi literally
Mustafi
just
to
fell on
die.
the floor backwards, and then Tammy Abraham just slotted it in. It was hilarious.
He's such a bonehead. Like I didn't think anyone
And
I didn't think
Jorginho
he was
is a
gonna
god.
play Mustafi. Like you see Mustafi on the bench, but you also
Well,
see,
he came on for Callum Chambers.
Yeah,
So-
you see Mustafi on the bench, but you also see Mavropanos on the bench, and you're like, okay, well, maybe he'd bring him back from injury. Nope, he played Mustafi, and that's what you get, Arteta. Like, I'm sorry, but don't play Mustafi ever again.
And also Arsenal's back line is just made of glass.
We've got three injuries
Three
to
now.
starters now.
Is
Like-
Arsenal in danger of relegation?
Probably.
Yes.
Hey, we're 7 points off relegation. It's not happening. We're closer to top six.
I
than
want the 3
relegation.
teams to go down this year to be West Ham, Everton, and Arsenal.
All right, so I think let's move on to Arsenal 2, Manchester United 0.
This is where all of Arteta's hard work paid off. First of all, the Pepe goal was brilliant. You could see Ozil behind him. Like, he was about to take the shot, and then Pepe takes it first time, I think. And Ozil's just, like, disappointed. But you know what? It's a Nicolas Pepe goal, third one of the season. I think they're going to keep coming. Pepe played out of his mind. He could have got man of the match if he wasn't yoinked off at 60 minutes.
How'd you guys score 2 goals with 0 assists?
The first goal was a deflection. The second goal also a deflection. The second goal was just hilarious though. So Pepe corner, Lacazette flicks it on and almost scores. David De Gea palms the ball straight into Lindelof's face, bounces off Lindelof, and then Socrates just takes
Honestly,
it.
if you look at
smashes it
if
into
you
the
look
roof of
at
the net.
if you looked at just the stats, you would say this game is a deadlock. It's dead even.
Oh, it was and that's just because of the second half. The second half, United, if they
I mean, it was 50-50 possession. It was 10 shots were on target for both teams. I mean, they both had the same amount of crosses.
The difference is the first half Arsenal had 60% possession. United had two shots and both were on goal. Yeah, it was just an awful first half for United. And in the second half, nothing they were trying worked either. Even against the most, like, you could see like every player was dead. But in this game, Ozil was pressing, which you haven't seen since Wenger was in over 2 years ago. Kolasinac was just insane. Got an early yellow card for nothing. Maitland Niles went off. Torreira and Xhaka were everywhere. Guys, granted, Xhaka had a good game for Arsenal. He didn't have one good game. He
Still
had,
not captain.
He's still not captain, but I don't care. Because we're actually, like, Arteta straight up was like, went to the Arsenal board and was like, yeah, please don't sell Xhaka. Because he was about to go to Hertha Berlin, but, like, he wants to keep Xhaka because, you know, when you don't have a vampire for a coach sucking the life out of your club, looks like your players can play well.
And speaking of players playing well, Mesut Ozil coming back inside. How do you think his performance was?
Actually, like, almost a man of the match performance. Like, you could say that about pretty much anyone on this team other than, like, Aubameyang, Leno, and Lacazette. They all had, like, man of the match performances. Ozil covered the most distance on the pitch, which is actually something he's always done, but, like, you know,
I think that's something he's been criticized for not doing enough of is running.
Yeah, lately he's been, like, everybody's been like, oh, he walks all the time. Well, he was pressing all 90 minutes. Like, you could see in the 94th minute he was still pressing, which is, like, he wasn't pressing, like, 5 minutes in under Emery. And that's what the commentator said. Yeah.
What do we think of Nemanja Matic and Juan Mata both being linked with moves to the Chicago Fire?
What?
We're not on Manchester United.
But I am going to mention how Manchester United literally had the worst game I've ever
We'll talk
I've
about
seen from
that at
them this
Manchester
season.
United.
Like, Jesse Lingard was just played out of the game by Xhaka. Again, okay, well, it's Jesse Lingard, but...
All right, what's the next Arsenal game? Oh, that's it.
That's
No,
it
that
for
was it.
Arsenal.
All right, cool.
It's just
What's the
insane.
next
So
team?
moving on, we got Sheffield United. Sheffield United 1, Watford 1, followed up by Manchester City 2, Sheffield United 0, followed up today by Liverpool 2, Sheffield United 0.
We're coming for you, Sheffield. No, I don't know.
That was today?
Yeah.
Yep,
It just ended like a couple hours ago.
indeed.
Oh.
So that is 2 losses and a draw in their last 3 for Sheffield.
Versus very hard
big teams.
opposition.
This puts them in 8th place right now, 1 point behind Wolves, 1 point ahead of Crystal Palace,
That game versus City was absolute robbery.
and 1 point behind Spurs, 2 points behind United. Do they have a shot of finishing top 7?
I think they have a
yeah,
shot.
for sure. Literally every club from 10th up has a chance of finishing 7th. Because actually, I would say 11th up. Because Everton's sitting with 25 points. I think 4 points off of 7th, 5 points off 7th, and actually so are Southampton and Newcastle. So that brings us down to 13th with a 6-point gap from 8 places from 5th to 13th.
Yeah, I mean, it
Table's
really
close.
is a toss-up, and I mean, this is I think it's kind of a testament to how well, especially Everton and Spurs, kind of turned things around because they were both really low in the table earlier on.
Spurs, I think, dipped to 14th, Everton 18th.
Yeah, at their worst. So I mean, it's pretty. They've definitely turned things around. We'll get to both those sides in a bit here. So Sheffield United, I mean. So, Nicky, you think they got robbed in the City game. Explain your reasoning.
VAR. They got robbed. The VAR is not being used properly
That's
in the
true.
EPL. It is used... Okay, the offsides rule was put in place. And if you look at the offsides rule, it's any part of the body that is offsides that you are able to score with.
That's why
And-
your armpit being offside should count.
No, but a hand being offside...
That's a joke.
Okay. But a hand being offside should not count as offsides. That does not matter.
Agreed.
You're not going to score with your hand.
And was
It
that
doesn't
for
matter if your hand is... It was because of a hand.
No, was it for John Lundstrom or Lis Mousset?
I'm not entirely sure, but...
This is against City. Yeah. I think it's Lis Mousset goal. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but I was watching it, and it was literally just like his hand that was offsides. And I don't understand how you can call that offsides. He's not going to score with his hand. I think it should not... Offside should not be getting down to the nitty-gritty to see if his pinky nail is offsides. It should be if a part of his body that he is able to score with is clearly offsides, or like you can see that he's offsides just by looking at it once on VAR, then it should be counted as offsides. If it's just like his hand or like his elbow or something, it should not be offsides. Or if it's like his big toe, I mean, it has to be like a decent amount. I mean, when you're playing in the moment, you're not thinking those things. You're thinking about scoring, and you're obviously trying to stay on sides, but I mean, you're not thinking that you're gonna get called off sides if like your big toe is like a centimeter in front of the defender's big toe. It does not matter. That's not what's going through the head of the player, and so that should not be what is dictated in the actual
That's not
rules.
what's going through the head of the ref.
Yeah, and it's not going. Yeah, that's not what's going through the head of the ref either. I mean, that should not be what stops a goal. What stops a goal should be if like a whole foot is offsides, or a whole leg, or the guy is standing offsides. It shouldn't be something so minuscule like that. I mean, that's not what the rule was put in for. The offsides rule. It was not put in to stop goals from going in because their hand was offside.
I would almost dare to say that we should tack on clear and obvious to offsides.
Yes, I would honestly say that too.
That's how it is for the rest of it. I honestly don't. Like, obviously, if the linesman makes a mistake, like a full leg, whatever, the linesman is not going to see the bottom of the cleat offside. Like, what? Like, that's just impossible to call.
Or an elbow.
Exactly.
I mean, I think it's just silly at this point. I think
It is.
I think it's really
ridiculous. It's gotten ridiculous. It really has, and I think a lot of people are very upset by it. But I don't want to turn this into the VARcast.
It's already happened a couple times.
I know it has. Everybody I think is a little VAR'd out. I think everybody's unhappy with it. So, moving on, we got Watford. So that's Sheffield United 1, Watford 1. Watford 3, Aston Villa 0.
What?
Watford 2, Wolves 1.
I straight up could not tell you who's getting relegated.
Back-to-back
this season.
red cards.
I just want to say their new manager is working wonders.
Seriously, how do you
with
beat
that
Wolves?
team. How do you take a team that literally had not won a single game? They had not won a single game.
They definitely have won a game before.
I mean, they hadn't won a game in a very
In a long time. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, they only won one game before that.
He got not Doucouré. What? He got De La Feu to score.
I know. I mean, how do you take a team that is that bad and get 2 back-to-back wins versus
So their
Wolves is a decent opposition?
Their recent form in their last 5, 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss.
And they beat United.
3 of their 4 wins have come in their last 5 games.
Okay, well they're saying I don't know who's going down. It could be freaking Newcastle. It could be.
I think this
Norwich.
is the first time in the all
Could be
season. This
Arsenal.
is the first time all season that they're not bottom, right?
Yeah, I think so,
No,
yeah.
Norwich has
Bottom.
been bottom for 2 weeks now.
Has it been? Yeah. Okay. Well, it's the first podcast that they've not been
Yeah.
bottom.
Yes, this is the first podcast now where we've seen Watford is
And
not on the
They're
bottom.
2 points off safety. 2
2
points
points
off Villa.
off safety. 2 points off
This
safety.
is what, and plus Villa just won a game too. So, yeah, it looks like I don't know what's going on at Watford, what they're feeding their players, but keep feeding it, I guess.
No, it's the new
Back-to-back
manager.
red
man.
cards. Delafeu and Decore scoring against Wolves.
Mariappa and Cavasele red cards, by the way.
And Troy Deeney 2 for him, and Sarr.
Ismail
Against-
Assar scoring.
Ag-
I think he's been getting a couple goals in the past few weeks. That's really good. He's a record signing. Like he should be scoring, and he wasn't even playing at the beginning of the season because he's been injury prone. But if he starts scoring for them, that's good news. And this is all coincided with Troy Deeney coming back from I think it was injury.
So what do we think? Going down the line, is Watford going to stay up? Mark.
If they stay up, it'll be by the skin of their teeth. I don't think they're staying up. To be honest, they're probably going to finish like 19th.
Connor.
I think they'll be able to stay up.
I think they'll stay up. I mean the recent form. If they can keep up the recent form, they'll definitely stay up.
All right.
I don't believe it. They sacked their managers too easily. Like this is their 4th manager. I don't even know who it is.
Nigel Pearson.
Oh,
And
okay,
he's doing wonders.
yeah.
So moving on. Let's talk Chelsea. Nikki. Chelsea 0, Southampton 2.
Danny Ings is God.
Arsenal 1, Chelsea 2. Followed up by Brighton 1, Chelsea 1.
Yes.
Pretty patchy. Two
I mean, it's
wins,
the same thing that I was saying before.
2 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw in their last
It's the
5.
same problem. We are the Robin Hood of the Premier League. We take points from the rich and give them to the poor.
Which is also what United is.
And this is a bad habit that we have because I am personally gonna blame our patchy form on the young players. I think that the experienced players like Willian and Jorginho and Azpilicueta,
They've all been putting in really good.
they've all
shifts.
been every game they're putting in all they can. And Kovacic too.
Kovacic is insane.
Kovacic is insane. But they've all been putting in really good performances week in, week out. But the one thing I'm noticing is that versus the smaller teams, the kids are not all right.
Oof.
Like they're not like they don't play with as much passion as they do versus the big teams, which is why we play better versus the big teams. Is because when we go out when we're playing Arsenal or United or Tottenham, all the kids go out there. Every person on the team, all 11 players on the field, go out there going, "I'm going to try my hardest. We're going to win this game." When we go out versus Southampton, we have maybe 3 or 4 guys that are going, "I'm going to go my hardest. We're going to win this game." And the rest are just coasting, you know? They're on autopilot the whole game. Like Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham, they're on autopilot.
I like how Danny Ings didn't even score in that Southampton game. Oops.
I mean,
I'm an idiot.
that's what I'm gonna. That's all I have to say
that
about
was
that.
against
Really,
Spurs.
I'm a double idiot.
So, I mean, at this point, they are closer to 5th place than they are to 3rd place.
yeah, but there's still a gap between them and 5th place.
A 5-point gap.
They're literally just. I feel like they're playing the exact same thing as last season, where it's who can not finish 4th.
Yeah, it really is a game of, who cannot finish 4th.
Arsenal's 9 points off. 9 points off Chelsea with a trip to Stamford Bridge. So
I think Chelsea's gonna be able to cement 4th place in the bag for this year, especially after this transfer window.
I think it's going to be close. So who do you think they're going to sign in this transfer market?
They have a few targets.
Like,
Our main target that we're trying to sign is Wilfred Zaha, which is he's at like the top of our list for some
that's
reason.
awful.
But he's
because
at the top.
all you need is more wingers.
Yeah, I know. He's at the top. We've been heavily linked with Ben Chilwell, which I would be perfectly fine with, honestly. I think Ben Chilwell is a fantastic player, and he would be a good player for Chelsea.
But what do you want to leave 2nd place for 3rd?
I mean, I don't know.
Fourth.
But we've also been linked with Timo Werner, who, I mean, I don't really think that's going to happen. I mean, I think it could happen, but I don't think it's going to happen because RB Leipzig is in a title fighting season.
Yeah,
right
they're top of the Bundesliga right now.
They're in a title fighting season, so I don't think they would sell their best player. I mean, I think he has like 23 goals in like 24 games or something. He's insane. And so I don't think they're going to sell I don't think they're going to sell,
especially in January.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to sell Timo Werner. But we've also been heavily linked with Jadon Sancho from Dortmund, and I mean,
Because you need more wingers.
And Nathan Ake.
Nathan Ake as well. Jadon Sancho, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to actually come to Chelsea just because he's very good friends with all the English kids at Chelsea, and they all play at Chelsea. Like, he grew up playing with them for the England team. So, I mean, he would fit right into the system, I feel like, because he's playing around all his friends, you know?
But whose place does he take? I mean, who do you start as
I
your
mean, I don't
wingers
know.
then?
I think Frank Lampard just
I
wants...
think he takes Willian's place, to be honest.
Frank Lampard really wants... What he wants is consistency. Because he doesn't like the fact that we're losing versus the small teams, and that's because of the kids. And so he wants someone that can be consistent. And so he's going to take...
out.
He's going to... No.
So let's get another winger and another kid.
I mean, I don't really know the thought process on it. And we are also linked with some Russian wonder kid. So
Genius.
All right,
But-
let's move it on. Southampton. Chelsea 0, Southampton 2. Manchester City 2. Sorry, that's not Southampton. Where's Southampton?
Southampton won, Crystal Palace won.
Sorry, I did not see that. The one that was up in the corner.
Yes, sir.
And then followed up by Southampton 1, Spurs 0.
I like that one.
So,
Dude, I don't... Okay, one team is going down this year. It's Norwich, okay? Everyone else is staying up. Southampton is in 12th place. They've
in
gone
a
up
very,
from...
that's
very-
crazy.
I think
very
Their
good
recent
run
form
of
is
form.
insane. I
Yeah.
mean,
3 wins
in their
and
last 5.
1 draw in their last 5.
That's
And their
really
last
really good.
their last 4 games are win, draw, win, and win.
And
That's
two of
good.
those wins were versus
Chelsea and Spurs.
Chelsea and Spurs.
And interestingly enough, a lot of people were calling for Ralph Hasenhuttle's head after the Leicester City 9-0 game.
Okay, that was also
Okay, that was
just
bad.
awful. But,
That was bad.
But Hasenhüttl was brought in for a project because Southampton have been slogging it 15th place for the past 3 years. So I feel like who have they had as their past few managers? I won't be able to tell you, but thank you, Connor.
You're welcome.
But yeah, it's he's gonna be good in the long run. He was great in the Bundesliga. Yeah.
Claude Puel, Ronald Koeman, Mauricio Pochettino shows you how many managers they've had. Pochettino was there in the 2014 season.
Yeah, I think Claude Puel ended up being kind of a train wreck too. I don't remember, to be honest. But Hasenhüttl, he's gonna start turning things around. Even if they go down, they got to keep him on because he's just such a talented manager. There's no way that they should get rid of him.
If they can keep their form they've been playing with for these next few weeks, I think they have a chance of finishing top 10, honestly.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
if they
definitely
can-
real.
If they can keep their form versus Leicester, Wolves, Crystal Palace, and not lose too badly to Liverpool, I think that I could definitely see them as a top 10 team.
Yeah, Crystal Palace is very winnable. They did just draw 1-1 versus Crystal
They
Palace.
are 2 points away from 10th place.
Although they probably have some PTSD from Leicester, but they can finish top 10. If not, they're gonna stay up, like 15th at the very lowest. But I could see them finishing 13th, 14th, or 12th.
So do
like
we
that.
agree that they are safe? Does anybody think that
No
they are
one
not
is safe.
And
I don't think they're
I
safe
want them
yet.
to go down.
I'd be fine with them going down, but I think they're safe. I don't think they're safe. Sorry, I don't think anyone is safe from
Yeah,
Crystal Palace down.
But do you see them going down?
No.
Awful run of form at the end of the season. Yeah, I could see it. And then they have to sell off Danny Ings at that point, and even what's the one guy? James Ward-Prowse.
Nikki, what do you think? Southampton going down? Yay or nay?
I think it's possible. I would like them to go down.
I didn't ask if it was possible. I asked
You've
what
said
you
that
think.
before.
Yes or no?
I want them to.
Commit.
Buddy.
I
Yes-
want them to go down.
Yes or no?
I want them to go
Are
down.
they going to?
I hope so.
Okay, cool.
Next up, Aston Villa. Aston Villa 1, Norwich 0. Watford 3, Aston Villa 0. And finishing up with Burnley 1, Aston Villa 2.
Jack Grealish is a greasy-haired god. I remember at the beginning of the season, John McGinn was scoring all the goals, but yeah, it's just been all Jack Grealish lately.
Indeed. So
I don't think they should have lost to Watford. I think
Well, I
especially
mean-
3-0.
3-0 is just
well, Watford has been turning things around, but yeah, that is a
That's
pretty
true.
bad loss for them. So, I mean, in their last 5, 2 wins, 3 losses. That's not great form. But I mean, they are,
in 17th.
and they're the team that came up via the playoffs, correct?
Oh, they are, yeah.
So I
They-
mean, statistically, they would be the ones to struggle the most, or was it? Yeah, it was them. And
yeah, Sheffield United finished second.
yes,
Norwich
and they
won.
are sitting with 21 points, 1 point clear of the relegation zone.
Yeah, they're going down, and they're going to sell Jack Grealish, and Aston Villa is going to get liquidated. I'm kidding, but Aston Villa, yeah. No, remember when Aston Villa finished 6th 3 times in a row? I don't, because I wasn't watching back then, but they did. Then they got relegated a few seasons later, and they're gonna be one of those clubs like West Brom or West Ham a few years ago, where they're just gonna keep going up and down. I don't see anything good happening for Aston Villa in the next few years. Dark days are ahead, Villa fans.
Does anyone here think that Villa stays up?
I think it's possible, but I really don't see it happening.
Does Jack Grealish go in the January window?
If he doesn't, then he's stuck at Villa for the next few years. Oh, sorry, January window. No, he loves Aston Villa for some reason. It's his boyhood club. I know why, but if he does, if they go down, I could see him leaving in the summer. Sorry, I'm a genius. But yeah, and then there's also the possibility of John McGinn leaving, which I don't think he will, even if they go down. I feel like he needs a couple of years because he's still raw. He still picks up a lot of unnecessary yellows. Yeah, he's raw. But, yeah. And then 2-1 win at Burnley. I mean, Wesley finally scoring a goal. Wesley is I think he's low on confidence. He needs to score more. So that's good. They didn't collapse at the end, although they look like they might. But that's a good win for them. And, yeah, they'll be happy about that. Moving on to Norwich City.
Keep her moving.
Yeah, Aston Villa 1, Norwich 0. Connor Hurahan goal. I mean, it's Norwich. Although they did actually kind of dominate Aston Villa in this game statistically. More possession, more shots on
Norwich
target.
hasn't won a game since November 23rd.
That is
And that was
awful
against
record.
Everton.
They beat their last win was Everton.
Yes. And then the win before that was September 14th versus Man City.
Dude, yeah, I don't know what happened in Norwich. A 2-2 draw versus Tottenham. That is a good result. They should take that all day. With a Mario Vrancic goal in the 18th minute, Serge Aurier own goal 61st minute. If they hadn't conceded that late penalty, that would have been a 2-1 win. Eriksson, I think, played well in this game. I didn't actually watch it. I just heard that. But they scored. They had 2 shots on target. They got apparently statistically dominated by Spurs. Yeah. Okay. Does anybody see any hope of this team staying up?
No. Yeah, no.
Yeah, they're I think 7 points off safety right now. And then of course
I kind of feel bad for them because they're just so bad. And I really empathize with their fans.
I empathize because I am a loser too. No, but
Yeah, you are.
thank you.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that Todd Cantwell is going in the summer?
Probably.
To be
Yeah.
completely honest, I don't know who that is.
Todd Cantwell.
Who dat?
He can't do things well.
Okay, he is I think Norwich's top scorer this season. If not, he's definitely
It's gotta be
second.
Timu Pookie.
But okay,
Pookie.
How do I not know who he is?
I don't know. Like you play fantasy, so
Yeah.
I think I kind of remember you having him in your team too.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he scored 6 goals this season with 2 assists, 3 goals behind Teemu Pukki. But
Their
he's
top scorer only has 9. That's
but he's their
bad.
he's 22 years old. He's actually been doing pretty well in the league. He's been holding his own for the team. Him and Onel
I mean, he
Hernandez.
should probably leave.
Yeah, I would say I would say he should go, but he might. He's 22. He has time ahead of him, but I don't think the championship is the right place for him, just based off how he's been doing in the Premier League. Or is he 19? I don't know how old he is.
Yeah.
But. And then a Connor Wickham
Mark.
goal in the 85th minute denied them the win.
Mark, if we all know Norwich is going to go down basically.
Yes, sir.
Is Pookie going to stay?
Yeah, he's. I don't think he's gonna want to. I think he's perfectly fine with staying in Norwich. I think he likes Norwich is the thing.
I think he misses the championship.
Well, you can, but based off the way that this team has been playing, it seems like they all do. Connor Wickham scoring his first goal of the season in the 85th minute. That is just pathetic. He scored none last season, none the season. Oh, he didn't even play the season before. 2 the season before that, 5 before that with Sunderland. You let Connor Wickham score. Not even like Ayew, who has some respect, or like Zaha. Like 85th minute, you could have had 3 points. You would have been, you would still be like
Bottom.
4 points off safety. Yeah, last place. But that's just pathetic. Shame on you, Norwich. All right, next up, Palace with a 2-1 win over West Ham. West Ham.
West Ham.
With a Kouyaté and Ayew goal. Ayew goals, sorry.
Kouyaté.
Yes, sir.
Lil Yachty.
Let's see.
Little boat.
Palace. Why can I not see where? Oh, 1-1 draw with Southampton. Yeah, with a James Tompkins goal, and they conceded to Danny Ings.
Sorry, I accidentally just punched the computer.
Yeah. They got outplayed by Southampton in this game, and it shows. And they played out a 1-1 draw with Norwich City.
I mean,
It's
if
kinda
I'm
pathetic.
if I'm a Crystal Palace fan, with their recent form, let's take a look at their last 6 games.
Last 6 games, Norwich.
I mean, if I'm a Crystal Palace fan, I'm very disappointed.
that
in
is
the last
4
6
draws.
Games.
Sorry, 3. Yeah, 4 draws. Holy.
Yeah, 4 draws. I think 2 losses or 1 loss.
1 loss, 1 win.
1 loss, 1
Which
win.
is just so boring.
I mean, if I'm a Crystal Palace fan, I'm mad because all those draws are very. I feel like they could easily turn those into
Yeah.
win, especially if you look at who
Yeah,
they're playing. I
those
mean, it's
draws should have
it's
not
all
been
lower
draws.
teams.
Yeah.
I mean, they drew versus Brighton, Southampton.
Sunderland's stuck in League One. But Crystal Palace sitting 9th place, 1 point ahead of Arsenal, 2 ahead of Everton, Southampton, and Newcastle. But only 1 point behind Sheffield United, 2 points behind 6th place Tottenham. Like, depending on their next game, they could be 5th or, okay, they can't be 5th. They'd have to make up an 11 goal difference. But they could be anywhere from 13th to 6th.
Quick math, Mark.
Yeah, thank you.
AP stats.
I'm not an AP stats.
Calc.
There you go. But yeah, it's just they could be anywhere. They're I wouldn't say they're in any trouble. They're honestly coasting for a pretty good finish this season. But those draws are just disappointing.
All right, so next up,
West Ham.
West
Ham.
West.
Okay.
Ham.
2-1 loss versus Crystal Palace.
The Ham of West.
I think was it a Snodgrass goal or Cresswell, something like that. Yep, Robert Snodgrass. The fact that I think Snodgrass is their top scorer right now. Yeah, voice crack. Okay, hold up. I can't spell. Okay, West Ham's top scorers this season. I think Sebastian Haller with 6, and then they've got Cresswell, Noble, and Snodgrass. Oh, and Yarmolenko all tied with 3. Now that's 4 different players with 3. And the fact that one of them is Robert Snodgrass is just worrying. Why is Robert Snodgrass your second top scorer?
Mark Noble.
Yeah, Mark Noble. Like
Player of the decade. He's the highest Premier League scorer of the decade is Mark Noble, everybody.
Oh my goodness, he's so good. But yeah, I don't what why is this team like they're not scoring goals? Like Felipe Anderson with 1 goal and 4 assists.
Jack Wilshere scored.
Yeah, Jack Wilshere scored a goal. Thank you, Super Jack. But that is 25 goals scored for them this season. I don't know, that's like 4th lowest in the league right now. Yeah.
I kind of hope that West Ham goes down.
You've said this many times, but
And I stand by it. I really do hope they go down.
Is it because they're from London?
I just think it would be hilarious.
Hilarious. I get it. Hilarious. West Ham won Leicester City 2 with a Pablo Fornal's goal. I think his second one of the season, and a Kelechi Iheanacho. Iheanacho. Okay, I know we're not talking about Leicester.
He's been
but
doing
what
pretty
the
good
heck?
recently.
Yeah, and Damari Gray in the 56th minute. Also have not heard his name in a long time. Then yesterday, what a fateful day. So they finally sacked Pellegrini, brought in David Moyes again. Let's see how many stints David Moyes has had at West Ham United.
I can't believe that they brought Moyes back. I mean, why? If you just get a new manager, can we please why not just get like a new
New club.
Like why not just get like a new
club.
a new face in the Premier League that we haven't seen before?
Because for some reason these lower league clubs or lower level clubs like to grab guys like Pardew, who finally ended his own career, and Roy Hodgson. Let's see. This is his okay. So it's just his second time. I thought it was more.
I know,
At
but
West
I mean, he wasn't that good last time.
Yeah, he really wasn't.
Like, why would you choose to bring back David Moyes?
Anyways, new manager bounce really hit Mark Noble hard, and nobody told him that he was a bad player yesterday. Sorry, because he scored 2 against Bournemouth. Mark Noble scoring 2 in a Premier League game. Let's see when the last time that happened was.
Mark is Googling this right now.
3 days ago.
Okay, hilarious, Ryan. But
Dare you.
Talking about Liverpool yet?
nope, not yet.
All right, then I'm leaving you again.
Oh, okay. But let's see. Mark Noble at age 32 just scored 2. He's gotten 53 goals in 15 years. That means he had 51 goals for West Ham before yesterday. This is Mark Noble we're talking about. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to find this. But you know what? Why? Why did you let Mark Noble score 2? I know one of them was a penalty, but still. Sebastian Haller finally getting his first goal since like game week, 10. And Felipe Anderson scoring his first goal this season. Those are the right players that you want to score. It looks like I think Felipe Anderson's been low on confidence. He has 4 assists this season. Haller with his 6th goal this season also probably been low on confidence. He hasn't been scoring in a long time. And Mark Noble. Anyways, so Robert Snodgrass didn't score in this game. So tell us why the West Ham player of the decade did not score. Also, sorry, the England player of the decade did not score in this game.
Robert Snodgrass?
Yes, I'm kidding.
He's not English.
I know. No, I was kidding, but he is Scottish. But yeah. Why didn't he score? Can someone give me a step-by-step analysis on why Robert Snodgrass did not score?
Probably because he's not that good.
Are you saying that about our Lord and Savior Robert Snodgrass?
So are we on West Ham?
Relegated with Hull, Robert Snodgrass? Yeah. I think that's it for West Ham,
Yeah,
actually.
I'm gonna call that's it for West Ham. We're moving on to Everton.
With Mancini. No, which one is it? Ancelotti. There's so many E's. Yeah, it's Ancelotti. Dominic Calvert-Lewin scoring in a 1-0 win over... Dominic Calvert-Lewin, how are you letting him score each week? I hate this. I don't like it. It's Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He shouldn't be scoring. That's like Dominic Solanke scoring. Yeah. Like what? And they outshot Burnley 21-6 with 5 shots on target to Burnley's none. 68% possession. Like that's...
Well, have we talked about Burnley yet?
We have not.
They're next.
Yeah, they're up next.
So I think we could do a sneak peek of Burnley. Burnley is in a goddamn shambles right now.
Just like they always are. They can get relegated. I
Yes,
like that.
they absolutely are. And potential for there. But we're back to Everton. Nikki, was Carlos Ancelotti a good appointment for Everton?
I mean, probably.
My question
Brilliant.
is how they managed to get him. Carlo Ancelotti is way too good for Everton's level currently.
Well, I think they got lucky with the timing.
They did, with Napoli just deciding to get relegated. I feel like this was like just the optimal time to grab Carlo Ancelotti.
Yes, it is.
Especially when Arsenal United, who is it? Yeah, Arsenal and United both looking for managers. Somehow they got him. Later on the 28th, don't know why that matters. Dominic Calvert-Lewin defied all odds and scored 2 at St. James Park.
Man with 3 names and 2 goals.
Seriously, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It's Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Oh my God. Okay.
How many goals does he need to score before we consider him good?
I'm not okay. If he keeps this for the rest of the season, I'll. First of all, if he scores, how many is he at this season? Calver is how I spelled it.
Google Everton top scorers.
That's smart.
Then we can see it, all the stats.
I do think that Dominic Calvert-Lewin is their top scorer this season.
Indeed.
10 goals. Oh my God. He's like top 5 in the league, is he not? I don't know, but 10 goals.
Followed up by Richarlison with 9.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin. How many did he score last? Okay. Not 10. I don't think he scored any last season. If he did, like, that's insane. But, like, what? He's not top 5. Sorry.
No. He is.
Not even, he's 12th. Oh, this isn't updated. This shows 8 goals.
Updated.
Yeah, okay.
Old.
But, yeah, Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Update
10
your
goals.
website, Premier League.
Uh,
Either that or the other website's wrong. Which
No,
also could be possible.
yeah.
That might be the other
Oh,
website.
yeah.
wrong.
Sorry, he has 8. I don't know where we got 10 from. Okay, BBC. 8. If he gets 15, I'll eat a foot. But
From the BBC itself. I don't know what the.
yeah,
I don't know.
on the 2 different pages for BBC, it scores 2. It says
Oh, that
2
might
different
include
amounts.
cup games.
It
might include cup
yeah,
games.
it probably does.
So in the Premier League only, he scored 8 goals.
Which is still really good, by the way, for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. If he scores 15, I'll eat a foot.
Can we talk about the fact that Danny Ings is the second
Tied for
highest
second,
scorer?
yeah. He's just insane. Okay, I know obviously Liverpool doesn't regret selling him, but if they didn't sell him, like what would this Liverpool team be? Because they sold him because he was an injury-prone mess. Like they knew he was good, but he couldn't string together 5 games before getting injured. So just the fact that Danny Ings has gone, I mean, he has 111 minutes per goal. He's just insane. Good job, Dan. You proved no one wrong, but you proved yourself right. Actually, you proved Liverpool wrong. Good job. Also, Fabian Schär scored for Newcastle.
I don't think Liverpool was ever happy about selling him. I think it was
They really
purely,
didn't want to at that point.
somebody needed to go.
They were having a fire sale at that point, but
We made bank. We made goddamn bank.
19 million for Dominic Solanke.
Yep.
Weekly reminder, by the way.
Edwards statue's coming.
City versus Everton, 2-1.
Versus Everton.
Yeah,
Indeed.
you can't expect them to win this, but Gabriel Jesus scoring 2. I don't like Gabriel Jesus. He missed every chance this game, every single chance he had, and he still got 2 in 7 minutes. Richarlison with the other goal in the 71st minute. I mean, Everton did get outplayed, but it's City. Also, Kevin De Bruyne decided to play center back this game.
Decided.
So yeah.
We'll get to City in a minute.
Yeah.
We'll hold our City talk. Burnley, they're on fire. Everton 1, Burnley 0. Burnley 0, Manchester United 2. Burnley 1, Aston Villa 2. 3 losses in their last 5. 24 points, 4 points clear of the relegation zone and heading the wrong direction. Are they in danger?
Yay! Burnley's going down. Also, that is hilarious. I'm sorry. But yeah, Sean Dyche, go eat a can of worms because you're going down, buddy. But yeah, it looks like they are on fire, but not in the right way. I don't even know why they lost these 3 games. I haven't seen a Burnley game since like 2017. That's not true, by the way. I'm kidding. But I didn't see any of these 3.
I think they've managed. I think the stat was I want to say 10 shots on target in like the last like 4 months or something, just ridiculous.
That's Emery. But wait, 4 months?
Yeah, it's been bad. It was a long time. I forget the exact number, but
That
it
is
was a
awful.
shocking. It was a shocking number.
And
I wanna
Chris
say it
Wood
was
still
since,
somehow
like,
scored.
October.
Yeah, that's awful. I mean, they had no shots on target against Everton. I wouldn't be surprised if you told me they had none against some of the other teams. Like, let's see. Burnley. Oh, I scrolled too far. Burnley versus United. Completely outplayed, 1 shot on target. With 8 shots in total. And versus Villa this week. 1 shot on target and it was a goal, but they did have They had 19 shots, missed the target. What did you give the strikers before this game? Acid? But
Something like that.
It's the old let's kick the ball up the field and hope something sticks.
that's straight up awful. That's like Watford, dude. But yeah, that was absolutely foul. Go down, Burnley.
So, Nikki, would you say that Burnley are a club in crisis?
Yes, they're on fire. Literally, like the entire. If you look, like, go to Google Earth right now and look at their stadium. I bet you it's on fire.
If you can find Burnley.
It's on fire. It's on fire.
So, do you think they will enter the relegation zone
Yes.
in the next few weeks?
No.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think I think what's gonna end up happening is Watford is gonna replace Aston Villa outside the relegation zone, and that's just how it's gonna be. I don't see Burnley even going down. Like I kind of want them to, but are they going to? Probably not, because Burnley has like some kind of plot armor surrounding them. So yeah.
Well, we shall see. We'll check back in on that in a few weeks' time. Moving on, Manchester United. Manchester United 4, Newcastle 1.
I love Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer.
Burnley 0, Manchester United 2. Arsenal 2, Manchester United 0.
This is my favorite thing about United is how they go on a run of form. They will beat a bunch of teams. They'll beat Newcastle, who are, I think, currently 13th. They'll beat Burnley. They beat City. And then they lose to the worst Arsenal team you've seen in 20 years. It's just, if they're going to keep Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they're just going to drive themselves into the ground. Like Ed Woodward, good job. Like, they have such a good front three, plus Mason Greenwood. Yeah, plus Mason Greenwood. And he still refuses to play Greenwood and instead decides to play Jesse Lingard every game. And decides to play Matic, who's definitely, I'm sorry, he's past it. And he puts Mata on the bench. He puts Greenwood on the bench. He puts just players that should be playing on the bench. And McTominay's injury has also coincided with United becoming bad. I don't know what it is, but McTominay has been pretty good this season, which you didn't think you were going to say 3 seasons ago. But, yeah. And Maguire has been a waste of money, but we all knew that. De Gea has never regained that form from the 17-18 season, where he made, I think he broke the record of Premier League saves in a match with 17. That was the same game that Jesse Lingard scored 2. So hell was on fire. Hell was frozen over, that day. Yeah, I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. However the heck you say his name.
So, Nikki and Connor, is Jesse Lingard Premier League quality?
I mean, he's so young. He's got so much. He's so promising.
Young teenager, 27 years old, Jesse Lingard.
He's got so much potential.
I forgot he existed. He was just sitting in Man United's cupboard.
He's awful. He
years.
could be the only he could be a key player at Leeds. That's about it.
No, he really could not. Have you ever seen Bielsa set up a team?
Honestly, Lingard is not Premier League quality at all.
Is he championship quality?
Maybe honestly, he could possibly be championship quality, but he's not Premier League quality at all.
Third division. Send him to the third division.
Send him to Brentford.
So, yeah, this United team, they're an interesting lot. And another big name that I think has been missing week over week on this podcast, Paul Pogba.
Where is he?
Because he's been gone. He's just. He's gonna be gone from United. He's leaving United.
Honestly, I feel like other clubs should not sign him up. He's been so unprofessional. He literally just traveled to London by himself to watch the game. He's fully fit, not sick or anything, by the way, not suspended. He was injured, I think, maybe. Yeah, he was. But yeah, he's just been completely unprofessional since Ollie has come. Honestly, since he's come to United. And yeah, it's just pathetic. This game, United versus Arsenal. If I had to give one player a man of the match for United, it'd be Fred, which is the worst sentence I've ever said.
Hey guys, it's Fred.
So And I mean, is the chance for Paul Pogba to sign for a big club over?
Yes. He honestly, if Juve want him, they can have him because he'll be happy there. But will he even play well? Like, has he even been training? Like, remember when Ozil didn't play for months? Like, this is just the same thing. You've got him on for insane wages. They have this problem where the players' names is bigger than their ability. Sanchez, what was his face? The guy with Pogba, Maguire, like, come on. Like, their egos are bigger than how well they play. And the only ones I can really say that try anymore are Fred, Martial, Rashford, and James, and Greenwood.
And Wan-Bissaka is not bad.
Oh, sorry. Wan-Bissaka was fine last game. I sorry. But Lindelof and Maguire have been shocking together. De Gea's pretty good, but whatever. They've had to play Brandon Williams, who's shown more heart than most of their team combined at left back at 19 years old. Yeah. It's great for United. And I know next week they're going to win a game and be like, oh, well, Ollie's at the wheel, but they're going to...
They're up against Norwich next week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they're going to win 3-1 and be like, okay, well, we're fine. And then lose 3 games in a row and realize that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the coach that got Cardiff 20th place a few seasons ago.
All right. Moving on, Newcastle. So, a 4-1 loss to United.
Oof.
2-1
loss to Everton.
2-1 loss to Everton. And a 3-0 loss to Leicester City.
I don't know.
Not easy fixtures for Newcastle.
No, but their defense has just been like the worst.
One win in their last 5.
Yeah, I don't get it. Steve Bruce out, first of all. Shouldn't have come in the first place. But I think how many is that in the last 3 games that they've conceded? I think so. 3 against Leicester, plus 2 against Everton, plus another 4. That's 9 goals in 3 games. So yeah, and Fabian Schär just got injured. Lascelles is injured. Like who did they just throw out against Leicester City at defense? Let's see here. It was Federico Fernandez, Lejeune, and Fabian Schär. Fun fact: all their first names begin with F. Plus Jetro Willems and Manquillo at wingback. So if Willems gets injured, actually I don't think Schär got injured. I don't know why I said that. They're in big trouble though, because Willems and Schär are pretty much their only like Premier League quality defenders left. So, yeah.
Are Newcastle headed for a slide down a slippery slope?
They're gonna finish 14th this season. We're all gonna feel like idiots, but you know what? Whatever. I don't think they're going down, but are they gonna be comfortable in 14th? No, they're gonna be a few points above the drop.
I see them going down. I really do. I
5
see
points
this.
from
I see
five
this.
points away
I
from
see
relegation,
this slipping. If they continue to slip the way they are, I see Newcastle, Burnley, and Bournemouth all slipping into those relegation spaces. Will all 3 of them get relegated? No.
That's not happening.
But I see them all being in that final dogfight to get out of that area.
Newcastle has a negative 13 goal difference, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, so I think moving on, Leicester City. So Leicester City 0, Liverpool 4. West Ham 1, Leicester City 2. Leicester City 3, Newcastle 0.
Business as usual. Other than the 4-0 loss to Liverpool.
Yeah.
They let Firmino score twice.
Yeah, so, I mean, Liverpool is an unstoppable juggernaut. We'll get there in a minute. But Leicester City doing what they need to do and beating the teams underneath them. I mean, if they can beat every single team underneath them, you're in pretty darn good shape.
They're going to lose 5-2 to Arsenal. Happened twice in their title-winning season.
So, yeah, they're, I don't know. Do we see them finishing second place? What do we think?
It's either second or third, but at that point it doesn't really matter. You're still getting Champions League football, so I'm just gonna say third. Why not? City can win.
Nikki,
City
what
can
do
go
you
second.
think? Who finishes? Is it Leicester or City finishes in second?
Leicester.
Leicester all day.
Leicester. As a City fan, it's gonna be Leicester.
1 point difference right now between the two of them.
And City's got that 5-goal difference.
City, not City, but Leicester also has Jamie Vardy, who has just like scored goal after goal after
17
goal
goals this
after
season.
goal after goal.
But has
after
now
goal
missed the
after
last 2
goal.
games.
I think
After goal,
it was either,
after
well,
goal.
the first one we were told allegedly he had a child. I don't believe
Allegedly.
it. I feel like it's robots have come to kidnap
It
him
was
now.
a fake
Yeah,
child.
he had a kid and then
Jamie
he's got a
Vardy too.
slight calf injury, but yeah, he's fine.
So, all right. So I think that's Leicester City. Well, let's get through the rest of these. So we have Liverpool, who continues to defy all expectations and destroy everything in their path. 5 games, 5 wins, top of the league. 19 wins, 1 draw, no losses. Can they go undefeated this season?
Don't speak these words in my presence. If any team goes undefeated again, I will shoot myself in the foot and the head.
What was the last team to go undefeated again?
Arsenal. Thank you for pulling that from me,
Don't
Connor.
really see any other team that is going to be able to beat Liverpool unless
Leicester doesn't play them again.
Yeah,
Yes, they've beaten Leicester both times.
And is City going to play them again?
Yeah, City.
I believe so.
April
City.
4th. April 4th. It's also going to be their 49th game. So
That is the
if they win every game from if they don't lose any games until then, that's their 49th game unbeaten. If that will be their 49th game. So if City can beat them that day, Arsenal keeps the 49 game unbeaten streak record. But if they can't, it's a tie, and I hate Liverpool. So City, April 4th, 2020. I'm a City fan. That's the only day you'll hear
Yeah,
that.
well, and that is at City, by the way.
Yeah, at the Etihad. So please win this one for us.
Boom.
So, yeah. And I mean, it's shocking how good this Liverpool team is.
I hate it. It's just a well-oiled machine, and the freaking front three does not need any insurance. The rest of the team could have the worst game of their lives, and the front three can just do whatever they want. Like they'll still win 5-4. No, I'm kidding. They won't concede 4 goals. But if they somehow did, if they brought back Martin Skirtle and Ragnar Klavan, and they both got red cards, yes, but they would still score 5 goals.
And I mean, obviously, Minamino coming in from Salzburg.
Don't even know where he plays.
Winger. He's a winger. He
Got
plays
it.
either side. So,
So you got Shaqiri there, and now you got Minamino there. So, yeah, Liverpool is going to be the best team in the world for the next 50 years. I'm kidding. You guys are going to get 7th place like 10 years from now because that's just how it is in Liverpool. Neither Liverpool
Very
club,
cool, Mark.
Yeah, neither Merseyside club can get any success for more than 3 years straight.
I don't know. This is year 2. This is year 2.
Okay, well, next year you're going to finish 7th.
We shall see. I highly doubt that unless something catastrophic happens.
You bring back Brendan Rodgers.
All right. So I think that wraps up Liverpool. Not a lot to say there. They're just unstoppable. Wolves. Wolves 3, City 2.
Adama Traore has scored 3 goals against City this season, by the way. Oh, is it 4?
I think it's 3.
Yeah, 3. Ederson red card, by the way. Oh, well.
Indeed.
So that meant Claudio Bravo had to play the rest of the game. And I don't think he's gotten off the couch since 2017, so you could see how badly that went with
And
the
then
scoreline.
a loss to Liverpool. And in their last game, a loss to Watford. So they beat City. And then, I mean, they really should have beat Watford there. They're sitting at 30 points, tied with Spurs, 1 point behind United. Do they have a chance at top 4?
Yes.
Nikki.
6 points off top 4.
No.
You don't think they have a shot at top 4?
Wolves?
Yes.
No. No way.
Connor, what do you think?
There's no way they're getting past Chelsea.
Not top 4, but I could see them being 5th or 6th.
I mean, they're tied for 6th right now, 1 point behind 5th. honestly, I think Wolves finishing top 6 is a given at this point. But
True.
even though they're not in the top 6 currently, but I could see them like 6 points is a big deficit, right? But you can easily make that up. Like, I mean,
especially with the way Chelsea's been playing.
2 losses in a row, 2 wins for Wolves. Boom, you've already caught Chelsea, which could happen. I mean,
Absolutely. I think it absolutely could happen. I don't think anything is set in stone there. Yeah. So I think that brings us to our last team of the day, Manchester City. So
Kevin De Bruyne FC.
a loss to Wolves, a win against Sheffield United 2-0, and a win against Everton 2-1.
I think Kevin De Bruyne is the smartest player in the world. Like
Smartest player, yes, for sure.
He has the highest football IQ out there.
And like also just the best. Okay, people have been saying this for years, but Kevin De Bruyne is just the best all-around player in the Premier League. He can hold back. Attackers. Like he can press. Obviously, his attack is just insane. He can score. He's got assists for days. He's literally just Ozil from 4 years ago. I mean, even though I'm not a City fan, I do really like Kevin De Bruyne, as you can tell.
I'm not sure there's more that you could ask of him in his role on City, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think there's more roles that he could fill in his job.
He's played all over the midfield this season. I think he's played winger. He's played throughout from center defensive mid to cam this whole season. I think he hasn't played striker, but he's just done like literally everything for Guardiola. And yeah, Sterling scoring again a couple times.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah, but he was on a dry spell for a while.
That is
Yep.
true.
Sorry,
Not on my
Jesus.
fantasy team.
Nope. And Jesus scoring a
brace against Everton. There. So I think
Dominic
that-
Calvert-Lewin didn't score, by the way. It was Richarlison.
I think that brings us to an interesting question I have for you all. How much better does Gabriel Jesus need to be before he starts over Aguero consistently?
He will never start over Aguero.
Yeah, he's never going to start over Aguero at City.
Aguero
No way.
is, I think, top goal scorer of the decade in the Premier League.
No, that's Mark Noble.
20 times. But and then he was the top goal scorer of the decade against like the entire Big Six except for United, I think either United or Liverpool. I think he was top scorer of the decade against like 8 or 9 teams in the Premier League. Like that's just insane. He's beaten Thierry Henry. I think here I'm gonna look this up really quickly.
And so my question, I guess, is, eventually Aguero is going to have to be replaced. I mean, he's getting on in years. Is Gabriel Jesus the player who will replace him, or do you see City bringing in a different striker?
No, City needs someone else. It's not happening. So Sergio Aguero currently, this might not be up to date. I think it is 6th place in goals all time in the Premier League. He's 3 behind 4th place Frank Lampard, and then Andy Cole with 187. So 13 behind him. Like this guy's just unstoppable. He's unplayable. Like you are never replacing Sergio Aguero in the Premier League. It's like saying, can you replace Thierry Henry? Can you replace Alan Shearer? It can't happen. Like he's a Premier League legend at this point. Like there's no doubt about it. So no, they're not going to replace him with Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus is just too stupid. I'm sorry, Gabby J. He misses too many easy chances. I mean, they need to bring someone in. Like they can't like rely on someone like Gabriel Jesus, who's too spotty and doesn't score enough goals, misses too many chances. That's just my 2 cents, though.
What do you think, Nikki? Do you agree with that?
What?
That Gabriel
Sergio-
Jesus is
yeah.
not good enough to take
no,
the,
I think Gabriel Jesus is good enough to take over Aguero when Aguero leaves. I think he is.
State your reasons.
I think Gabriel Jesus is a great player when he actually gets a shot to play, and I think he has potential. I don't think he's there yet, but I think with a few more years of training, because I think Aguero has a few more years left, and I think
He's 31.
Yeah, I think Aguero is probably going to stay until he's like 33, if I had to bet. and then they're going
But
to
surely
slowly.
his role needs to start getting reduced.
Yeah,
and
yeah, they're gonna start. They're
replacement
gonna
needs to
slowly start
coming in.
introducing Jesus into the squad more.
Which I mean, they have been doing up until
and
this point.
so I think, but I think Jesus is the replacement. I don't think they're gonna get someone else.
Yeah, I mean, if that happens, like, I don't think they're not gonna win the league as comfortably as they have been. They didn't even win it comfortably last season, but they're not gonna. I
They're
mean,
certainly not this year.
yeah, but I mean, it's still possible. I think their number one priority currently is the defense, which, like, who did they start against? Everton. In case you've been asleep for the past few months,
I have.
okay, yeah, Laporte is injured. Emerick Laporte has been injured. Fernandinho, Eric Garcia, who is 18 years old, and and let's see, who is this? Rodri. They started 2 midfielders as center back, and then an 18-year-old center back. So 3-4-3.
And Mendy and Cancelo as wingbacks.
Also, can we talk about how bad Mendy is? He's just bad.
And Foden getting a start as well that game.
Yes. Yeah. They have an insane center back crisis. They won't start on Mendy or Stones. I mean, okay, well, that's because of fixture congestion too. Like against Sheffield United, their starters were Fernandinho and Eric Garcia. Okay, it's not even fixture congestion. They just have to start a 18-year-old center back at this point because their other options are awful. Like Otamendi has been sitting on the bench because he's awful. John Stones is he's just the other side of Manchester's Phil Jones. It rhymes too. Yeah. So fix that defense, then find a Sergio Aguero replacement. This conversation. I mean, I think I steered this conversation into a really weird direction. We were talking about something completely different. Sorry.
No, I mean that's a valid point. So I think that about wraps it up. This has been kind of a long one. Do we
Very
have
long
any
one.
closing remarks?
I love you, Arteta. Stay forever.
Adama Traore revealed that he does not lift weights.
He's so big, though. What?
Yeah,
He's so big.
he's a massive,
Literally a monster. Oh my god.
and he doesn't lift weights.
He's not real. Like humans should not be able to exist like that.
Look at that upper body.
Look at his lower body too. He's insane. He's a monster.
Calves.
Thank you all for listening
I think
to the
that's cat.
Fixtures podcast.
To the Adama Traore podcast.